Hey guys, what's up? I'm at Barnes & Noble right now, my favorite place to be. And my boy Mitch asked me a question. How do you read all these books in an efficient way? And I decided to make a video on it, just quickly just telling you how I read all these books really quickly at one time and get the most I can out of them. And before I get into that, I just want to tell you there's over 100 million books in print. You're not going to live long enough to read all these books. And second thing is, it's hard to trust a book summary from someone else because different parts of the book pertains to different people. You know, based on your own experiences, one person's way of looking at the book isn't going to be the same as your way. So it's true that yes, you should be reading other book summaries and not be reading every single book. But at the same time, if the book summary is good enough, then you should be at least reading the book for yourself and checking that book out yourself. So that's pretty much what this exercise is about. You're reading a bunch of books around one or two topics, and if that book alone really has a lot of good stuff that you're like, holy cow, there's a lot of good stuff in this that I couldn't find anywhere else, then you purchase that book. Like I found two books today that had that kind of value for me. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff right here. I read the first 20 pages and I knew this is a book that I had to buy. And anyone who's in business or anyone who's in school or any type of professional life and career, which is very stressful, should buy this book. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Another book that stood out to me was this book called Fuck Feelings. And it's very controversial. It talks about stuff like The Secret by Rhonda B. and how you need to be more tangible, more practical with the self-help niche, and I really like that. But real quickly, let's just jump into this. We have a ton of books here. What you do is you come here, come to Barnes, and pick a bunch of books around one or two topics. Don't make it too random. You know, like I got body language here. I got like 4 or 5 books on body language, and I got 4 or 5 books in the brain, and 2 like self-help, productivity ones. And you want to skim through them, okay? It shouldn't take more than 15-20 minutes each book, maybe less. Like I like to do maybe 10 minutes a book, and just really quickly skim through it. The whole point is to get the nuggets. So if you find one chapter that has a lot of value in it, like in this Telling Lies book by Paul Ekman, he had one chapter strictly on reading microfacial management and seeing how people lie specifically through micro expressions. That one chapter in the book was very, it stood out to me a lot. All the other ones weren't really as good. It's good, but like it wasn't really as, wow, this is groundbreaking stuff. So that's what I like to look for. And you do that for a whole ton of books. And if you find a book that you seem to have a lot of that in, like this one, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, buy that book. That's a book that you should actually take your time, go home, read all of it, and have in your library. That way you can always go back to it. So this is kind of like an experiment to see which book is the best book I can buy. It's like dating, you know. You go out to a place, you talk to a ton of people, and the person you seem to have a strong connection with, you get their number and you want to see them again and you include them in your life. It's the same thing with this in the books. We're dating books now. So you flirt with a whole bunch of books. I'm flirting with these books, and the book that has the most value to me, I take home and I ravish it. So that's what I do when I come to Barnes. I pick a ton of books, mostly around 1 or 2 topics, 3 topics. I read, I skim through every single book.